Hey everyone, welcome back to Seekers of the Malediction. I'm joined again by the lovely Nico. We are doing another Mastery of the Malediction today, and we got a very interesting matchup. Nico, why don't you tell us what we're in for?
Oh yeah, today we are in for a sweet little treat because we have Londriel versus Ingvar. So we have all the factions currently released in this game. There is a huge mix-up of different strategies and tactics, and I think this is going to be one of the classic tempo versus prevention control matchups that we will see in Malediction. So yes, I think everybody's in for a really nice treat.
Yeah, and just as a reminder, we're analyzing play here. We're game still fairly new, very mixed, um, level of play, but we're here to give you analysis into some of the interesting interactions, as well as some insight into what Nico or I would kind of do. But yeah, we're again thanking our volunteers again for playing and let us spectating them. But without further ado, let's hop into their deck review. All right, so we have Londril here to start with. So we're playing Londril along with what I would consider quite a few number of elites. So we got Rogar, Spellbound, and the Herald of Salvation, not playing the Gateway Guardian, which is an interesting choice, but then a couple of priests in there, which are good to see, as well as just some additional heavy hitters. I would call this a more elite all-rounder list, I think. And then backed up by quite a few number of spells here, 16 spells, um, all the counters for days. But yeah, Londril just, so many different ways to build her. A lot of different tricks. Londril herself has spell immunity, riposte, and the second highest defense in the game. So she's just all around a really great seeker. Do you want to go in a little bit
Yeah,
about her legacy? Um,
yeah, absolutely. So I think it's a pretty protective list, so that I can imagine is the reason why the Gateway Guardian is out of the deck because it has so many spells to protect all of the units. And her Arc of Lamentation, which is her legacy, is one of the key things you have to keep in mind as a Londriel player. We have two abilities on the Arc of Lamentation. The first one is the Warding Insight, and that reads whenever a spell you play prevents, cancel, or redirects an effect. Keep in mind it only refers to spells, not abilities. Look at the top card of your deck. Place it on top or on bottom of your deck. This is the first part where it will be really tricky to decide, do I want to keep the card on top or do I want to put it on the bottom if it doesn't help me in the situation I'm currently in. But the second part, and that's where the interesting part of the top or bottom comes in again, is the Arc's Vision. Whenever you look at one or more cards from the top of your deck, which is the case with Warding Insights, you may reveal one of them, and if it is a spell card, you can just draw that card. So there's a little card draw, but it gets even better. Otherwise, if it is not a spell, place it on top of your deck and gain 2 echoes. So the two pillars of Malediction, card draw and echo, united in one legacy. And that is, in my opinion, a really strong legacy, especially with the option to have access to the blue colors of the conclave and the golden ones of the order, which is exactly about that, preventing, redirecting, combat tricks, etc., etc.
yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's a really strong legacy and it goes really well with the spells at hand.
Yep. I will note that there is only 6 ways to proc the legacy in this version of the list. We have the 5 counter spells with neutralizing ward, reversion, rune forward ward, and then the one unique shield 10, shield of Andravo. So, anytime you can proc the legacy is going to be great here, but it does look like that this list is a little bit more wanting to play aggressive with the last him stride. And then not on this list, you might be doing the math up here and realize 12 units, 16 spells. That's only 28. That's because we forgot the Battlecaster in the image. I just realized. But these are in the deck, 2 of them. These are really finesse pieces. I think these could be really good with Warfront Commander, who can battle cry elite or basic level units, giving them additional actions. The Leastrum Strides are going to be here. You're going to be able to keep them protected with the shields and the counter spells, as well as just some of the protection in the list from Shield Mage and Knight of Astaris. So yeah, anything else on these guys that you're really looking out for?
Yeah, it is an interesting choice because the Empower spell one doesn't really play into the deck itself, but the Spell Strike one, so if you play this spell, this activation, this unit gets +1 damage until the end of the activation. But the deck is very full of reactive spells, except for the Ambulance Transposition and Dimension Breach. I think, and maybe the Leastrum Stride, which can be a really nice combo with it.
Yep.
But the others are really reactive, so the potential is not as high as I would think. So I'm really interested for the after match interview to ask why he chose the Virgin Battlecaster and not, for example, the Gateway Guardian in this case.
Yeah. The other interesting spell in here that I'm super looking forward to is Dimension Breach. So this is a 4 cost premium spell on top of having to pay for the unit as well, but it'll let you deploy a unit mid-turn, right during the action phase, anywhere on the battlefield, which can be just super impactful. If you are able to save up enough Echo to drop a Spellbound Devourer and just play it into melee with something, it can almost always just kill it right away. So I have not had much experience with this card. Have you, Nico?
I haven't used it yet because I think 4 Echo is a lot to
Mm-hmm.
pay mid-turn, but with the Arc of Lamentation and the card draw and the additional Echo, you can generate, for example, with the Valkyris Priests,
Mm-hmm.
you can pretty much afford it to play. And then, if you draw a really good card in the turn and you don't want to play it in the deployment phase, then you can really surprise your opponent with a
Yep.
Dimension Breach, for example, with a Rogarth in the back who can instantly charge some of your support models, and then it's a pretty harsh time
Yeah.
Ingor is gonna have.
Last card here, we mentioned that this deck is
Oh.
running 5 counter spells. Reversion is one of them, and this allows you to hit swift spells as well as with Runefold Ward. So this will be an interesting. I think that even just on paper, 5 counters into Ingor, which is wanting to play a lot of spells and be really impactful with his spells. I think that we will definitely see either this card or the 2 other versions of the counter spells come into play in this matchup.
Yeah,
So what?
this is a really good spell reversion. You cancel it, but instead of placing it in this pile, you can return it, but you have the information then.
Mhm.
If it is a really costly spell, for example, like Unmake or something like that, or we will go and see another spell that's pretty costly but can be a high tempo play, for example, the Entrap the Mind. It is super useful, and you net out with plus in the Echo in the best case. And that I like very much. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so we'll switch over to the Ingor list now. So Ingor, what I see is a lot of elites as well. This is a lot wanting to play a lot of finesse, elite style. We've got Sessinar, Boneclaw Raiders, Prowlers, Farside Ambushers, and the Soul Whisperers, and then rounding them out as some Archers and Boars. And he has loaded it up with a lot of very impactful spells here. So we have, the Adrenaline Rushes and Trap the Mind, Unmake. We'll go through all of them, but this is a very I think there's a lot of different ways as well to build Ingor. But I've typically run the more swarmy, but the elite getting more use out of your spells here is definitely another way you can take it here. Ingor himself, I don't know. I'll be interested to see if he comes down. I feel like with Sestinar and some of these other elite spells, they're going to do a lot more work than Ingor is on the table. So I'll be interested if he actually himself comes into play at all.
Yeah, what kept my mind, what I kept in my mind was that it is a pretty elite list, and we don't see any of the corpse explosion spells,
No,
which you
there's two.
normally are pretty used to with Ingron, right?
There's 2 corpse explosions, I believe, in the list.
Oh, where is it?
Yep, right at the bottom. In the, unless I
Oh,
built the list again wrong, but so yeah, I think that
okay.
yeah. So there is two, which is why don't you go and kind of explain his legacy really quick and why those can be quite impactful.
Yeah, his legacy is pretty one of a kind. It is the effigy of chaos. First of all, it reads a little bit um, kind of strange because it is not the usual kind of stuff that you can read on the legacy, and it is quite interesting, which catched my eye in the first place. It is the first ability, again, two abilities on the legacy. The first ability is the chaotic impulse. Whenever a defeated unit enters your discard pile, reveal the top card um, of your deck. If it is a spell, you may play it. And that's really interesting because that's like a little bit of the pumped up Arc of Lamentation because you can play it instantly, but it doesn't generate any echo and you can't really decide if you put it on bottom or top. And the second ability is the Cursed Resolve. Whenever you discard a card, you gain 2 echo. And he has quite some ways to discard stuff. And we just got the information from Hamlet that he said he swapped the corpse explosions out
Oh,
for
okay.
the Ravenous Swarm.
Got it. Okay, so two
So
Ravenous Swarms in this instead of the Corpse Explosions. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense.
exactly.
There's not a lot of, you don't want to be Corpse Explosion, your Soul Whisper, or any of your other costs, because when you do Corpse Explosion, you're giving your opponent that mastery, even though um, your spell defeated your own unit, right? So anytime a unit gets defeated, regardless of how it happens, your opponent is getting the mastery. Um, as I mentioned, Sestinar in there. I think that Sestinar in Ingor with access to Primal Blood spells is the most efficient Sestinar. He loves just playing with, Adrenaline Rush and Endless Rage and Unstoppable Charge, which is not in the deck, but it's just another one. So he's spell immune. He has Ambush too, so if he gets to go before or is making attacks before an enemy unit has gone, he is hitting essentially at 7/5 damage. And when he kills a unit, he gets hit and run. He gets to make a free movement. So this is just more action economy on top of those spells like Adrenaline Rush, which is a 3-cost basic unit. There's 3 copies in the deck, and this lets you make another action, right? So on his turn, he can play Adrenaline Rush. He can, make a free move. Then he can do his 2 attacks, kill something, move again. You can play Adrenaline Rush not on his activation to get him out of, a situation or put him into a better position. Endless Rage, you can untap him and just have him take a whole second turn. So a lot of high value spells just to get him more action economy. I've played games where Sestinar in Ingor, and it's Sestinar versus your opponent, and he can just dominate the entire list. Why don't you go? Oh,
Especially
go ahead.
with
Yeah.
It's especially with revenge cards. Like you get some damage, you play the revenge card, you deal some damage back, then you activate Sessinar, then you attack him, then you get him the adrenaline rush. So there are a lot of options and possibilities for Ingor to dish out really, really hardcore tempo plays. And in this case, there will be the decisive point between Ingor and Lonriel, who can protect her units, or if Ingor can just overwhelm it with absolute aggression and tempo plays.
Yeah. Why don't you go over this last card that we're going to review here and Trap the Mind, and how impactful and what it can do.
Oh boy, Entrap the Mind was one of the cards where I was super skeptical about it because 6 echo is a lot. And we saw Reversion, which is just 3 echoes, so you're just dishing out a big spell. But if Entrap the Mind gets through, for example, if the opponent is low on echo, or he has to play some units because otherwise the relics are gone, or something like that, if you can put your opponent in a corner where he has to spend echo and he can't react to it, or he can't cancel it or counterspell it, then Entrap the Mind is a game changer. Just imagine one of the big elite hitters we just showcased, for example, Rogarth, or um, one of the other. I've always forget the name about the blue melee expert.
Battlecaster.
Melee, yeah, the Battlecaster or the Devourer. I think
Oh,
the
the Devourer.
Devourer.
Yeah, melee expert. Yep,
Yeah,
yep. Sorry.
yeah. If you just summon the Devourer and it is your turn with the initiative, you play Entrap the Mind, you get out 2 really, really good attacks, and then you activate Cessna with hit and run. or Adrenaline Rush, you can, again, dish out so much damage and pick up the key pieces of your opponent, that he has not much support left, and you can overwhelm it pretty pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, it's a big tempo swing, right? It can definitely turn games
Absolutely.
around. You can be completely behind, play this, and then you'll be right back in the game or advantage. So with that being said, let's hop into the game. Let's get this started. We already have the both players in, ready to go. So good luck, gentlemen. And with that, without further ado, let's get this going.
Yeah, have fun.
And then the one thing I am going to do for them is I am just going to increase the size of their dice, I think, if I am able to. Just so we can see it a little bit better. Thanks, guys. Oop.
Yeah.
I'm making it bigger while they're rolling it. There we go. Cool.
Alrighty.
All right. All right,
All
so
right.
we have Sash over here on the left, and then Hamurai are our two opponents today. The slightly different names than what's in their TTS, but yeah, these are our opponents today. Hamurai is playing the Ingor matchup along with the Death Shroud Mire terrain, and Sash is playing the Landriel on the left here, along with the Starcast Halls. So.
Yeah, Stark Assault's one of the most picked terrain pieces, I think. It is quite huge impact terrain, I would say, because of the discount of one echo. And yeah, I think it is just, I mean, people want to play stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
People want to play spells, people want to play Malediction, people want to play their cards they are drawing. And I think that makes the Starcast Swords one of the most favorite terrain pieces there is in Malediction currently. Which I like a lot, because just playing your spells for one less echo is pretty nice just there.
Yeah. So some
What do you
very
think the Starcast Swords favors more? The Ingor player
um
or the because I had games where I chose a terrain piece where I
yeah.
thought, oh, this is brilliant, this is great, and then my opponent got so much benefit out of it that I was like, maybe I should think about another terrain piece next
Yeah,
time.
when we were reviewing the decks, I looked at the Ingor player, and I think the only Swift spell I saw, which I'm doing this off of memory, was the Endless Rage. I believe Endless Rage is Swift. So you can play it at the end of your opponent's activation, and then you untap one of your units and immediately go with them, which is the most optimal way to play that card. Other than that, they're all channels. So I think that is the Starcast Halls is actually going to benefit the Ingor player a little bit more here, which is also, I mean, the 5 counters are great, but what reversion really likes is it can hit those swift spells, right? Because neutralizing ward can only do channel spells. Runefold gauntlets can do swift or channels speed, but there's only one copy of it and it costs one more. Reversion can do either as well. It costs one less. Its drawback is that it bounces it to the hand rather than going to the discard. So yeah, that will be. It's interesting to me that I still think the counter spells are going to get into play, but you're losing out on a little bit of value there, not having as much swift speed interaction. So we
Yeah.
got the initial bids coming out. Wow, they placed those things super quickly. I can't believe like we were talking there
Yes.
and they just they just dropped the husk. Like I'm oh wow, they're like I feel like this game is on like 2 times speed, like we're watching a VOD or something with how quickly they are going here. I can't even keep up. So we have a Duskwood Prowler versus the Battlecaster. I don't know who even picks
I mean,
sides.
maybe take a look at the relics really quick, because we've got some interesting relics there.
Yes. Oh,
We've got the Boots of Speed.
yep. Yeah.
We've got the shield, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Berserker helmet, and the last one is, what is it?
Ring of
Oh,
Time.
the ring. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I love the ring. Oh my God, if the laundry player can get the ring
Mm-hmm.
real quick and do some channel shenanigans with the Ingor player, oh,
Yes.
that's gonna be fun.
Yeah. It
So
just.
I told you guys we're in for a treat, so enjoy it while it lasts, because this is a quick treat.
Yeah. Interesting how open the middle of the table is as well here.
Yeah,
So so we have the Londrel player playing. Um, he must not be playing the Legacy or the Londrel because this is 20. Yeah, he's only playing the Knight and the Warfront Commander, and then we have a Curse Spore, a Boneclaw Raider, and a Dead at Arms Archer coming into play here.
yeah. I think for the Ingor player, this is one of the best starts he could possibly hope for because he's got two cheap units in it, and he's got just like 6 units overall in the 30 card deck that
Hmm.
are pretty cheap. The rest is at least silver class and costs like 5 plus. Um, and to have in the beginning two very cheap units that can possibly pick up a relic and then just go back and save them, and then use your elite units to go to your opponent and try to fight over their relics and stuff is really important, I think. So I like the Ingor start a lot. It is, in my opinion, one of the best starts he could even hope for.
Okay. I was a little confused here. I was wondering how the Londrel was coming into play. Thinking my math might have been wrong. No, she's not coming into play here. So yeah, we have the two. So 11 Echo not sitting on 9 with the Londrel player, and then we have against what does he have now? 9. It's 9 as well. So
Yeah, exactly.
interesting that that Hamurai picked the corner here, and that he bid away the Prowler. So he wanted to go for table edge, right? He picked that. Maybe he thought that this one here was too aggressive to drop a Prowler in to try to claim it right away against the Londrel player. But um, yeah, I'm curious how they approach this very first matchup here. Um, both of the relics, I would say, are gonna, it's gonna take, I think, until turn 3 until we really see engagement here by both players, just because of how
Oh,
far away
yeah.
and on the edges both of the or all 4 of the relics are placed. Especially with this one in the terrain here. Um, you know, you got to essentially go in it, and then you're gonna take a turn running like outside and around it to kind of get through. So it'll be
But it
interesting to
could
see.
also be one of the possible tactics that the Ingo player chooses, Samurai, because he's got a lot of ranged units, right? He's got
Sure.
like 8, 9 ranged
Yeah.
units with Ingor. He's got the bow as equipment, so he's pretty ranged based. I think it is in his favor that the terrain is split out like that, and that there is a lot of space between it. And I think he chose that side because there is only one other terrain piece where he can't look into.
Yeah.
So he has a lot of options to play the ranged game, right?
Yeah. And I didn't get a lot of time to do this, but I'm going to take the time here because this first turn they're just going to be setting up position. But um, essentially here, if I can see it, I just want to take a look at uh, the terrain placement and see what our options was. So, if we would have split the table here, which they picked, it's pretty equal, 2 and 2, right? There's 2 in the upper left and then 2 in the bottom right. If they would have gone the opposite way, I'm curious what the table would have looked like. It still would have been balanced, but getting this bottom right one from the top right corner here, that would have been quite difficult to do because you had to loop around. So I would have said that the bottom left corner would have been actually a little bit more advantageous, and you could have maybe even snuck out a third relic from the game without too much contention because there's no flying. I guess there's the angel, but not a whole lot more you can do to get this one, and it's going to take you quite a while to run over there.
That is the pet special again, right? Dividing the table in two halves
Yes,
and decide where to go.
I fall
I
victim
would
to it if
just
I
call
don't
it
do
the
it.
pet
So
special.
all right, so we have the Londrel player picking first relic, taking the boots. That's really good here. And then we have the Hamurai Ingor player taking 2 of
Everlasting Heart. Ooh,
yeah.
yeah, new relic.
Oh yes.
Oh,
All right, so
this
we have
side.
Everlasting Hearth on the Raider, which ended up in the south position here, and then the Ring of Time on the, so we're really going to benefit from our spells here um, from this archer. So,
Yeah, it's really ranged heavy now. It is spell heavy, what Hamurai shows us. So I
mhm,
think this should indicate for the Londriel player to play aggressive, to go in, to just delete the advantage he is going to build up time after time after time, because it just gets worse with time when
mhm,
he can benefit with a ring, when he can benefit from ranged attacks. If he draws another card, maybe he's got a big beater or something beefy that he can just
mhm,
throw in. I'm not the biggest fan of the Prowlers, to be honest, because they don't fulfill the role as a tank. They can dish out a lot of damage, but they are not as beefy as I would hope for something that is melee and in a list with 8 or 9 ranged attackers, possibly.
yeah.
And we see the bow coming out, right, on the archer?
Yes, bow on the archer. It looks like nobody contested for initiative. Um, uh, Sash essentially, before he even drew his cards or anything, he just deployed Londril. So he felt that it was required that she come down. Um, but I'm curious, he's just kind of making his own plays here. I'm not sure if he knows that Hamurai runs the ambusher that could possibly ambush in here, but I think just knowing that, I would typically have him deploy first if I have the option, just to make sure I don't get surprised by anything.
Hmm.
So here we go. No other deploys from Hamurai, it looks like, because we're going right into activations. We got the Warfront Commander coming in here, looking like it's going to wanting to battle cry this knight. And then this knight is advancing forward. And the knight has
Yeah, I
the
mean
boots again, so.
he's got a lot of spells in. So I can imagine he didn't not want to deploy another unit there. And here we go with the first spell. Oh, I love it. I love it. Chaotic Bargain. This card I just love with Ingor, because on either result you gain a net plus. Um, and I'm a huge fan of Ingor with a Chaotic Bargain. Just for the viewers, I will just explain what happens here, because you roll a die. In this case, you decided for the d20, and on an odd result, you discard a card and you draw a card. On an even result, you just draw 2 cards. And if you remember the legacy of Ingor, which was chaotic, the effigy of chaos, if you discard a card, whenever you discard your card, you gain 2 echo. So this card essentially transforms into you either draw a card and gain 2 echo, or you just draw 2 cards.
Right.
And that for the cheap price of I think 2 echo. Was it 2 echo or is it 3 echo? No,
It was 2.
2 echo. And if
Yep.
you're in the Starcast odds, it is even for 1. So amazing card just made for Ingor. I think this is a staple. I would call this a staple. I will be that bold and say this is a staple card for Ingor in almost every deck.
Yeah. Um, So that was the archer's action. I think it just took one move, right? So I don't know what it did with his second action, if he was doing something else, or maybe he just doesn't want to move it up that far and be conservative, get his gun line up. Um, but we saw that this knight did the free charge, or sorry, free advanced, and then
Re-advance and then charge. Yeah.
yeah. How is it getting 2 attacks though? I think that might be the conversation going on here. But oh, moving fast. Oh no, sorry, the boar was swinging back. That's what was going on. My bad. So the boar
Yeah.
activated next. It swung back, and then we are going to pop this boar here. Oh,
These players are
out of
lightning
range.
fast.
Yeah. All right, Landriel's getting in position. This boar is tied down. She's going to secure this relic. She didn't take the shot. It looks like she was out of range, which makes sense. And then that boar's already gone, so it's not really a threat. But this Boneclaw Raider could get over there and do some work. Especially, we see Ravenous Swarm in hand. That could do some work as well. But no, she's. We have Hamurai kind of spreading out here and kind of fighting on multiple fronts. So. It seems like he's going to go
Yeah,
after
but
the Warfront
the
Commander. Oh, maybe not.
the Raider is super quick,
Yes.
just super quick with a nimble, um, having dash it is
Yep.
not nimble, it is dash. With a free move, and then charging in with a move of 6 is really quick. And I really underestimate the Boneclaw Raider sometimes. If they get a relic like the Scythe or the Reaper's Edge or what it is called,
Yes.
um, then it hurts. It
Yes.
hurts a lot. And the free move enables him to go wherever he pleases and even get
Hmm.
off 2 attacks, or maybe just go into the back line. And we're in another turn already.
Yes.
Oh my god.
What do you think is
Oh,
the correct choice here for? Yeah, those are strong. What is the correct choice here for Landra? You think?
um,
Because Retribution doesn't. She already has her post. Retribution doesn't really do
yeah,
much. That she doesn't want to do be
either.
in melee all that often with Reaper's Edge. I think it's probably either the Helm of Wrath or the Aegis, or you knock the top of the deck. Which I don't mind knocking the top of the deck here either. I do that quite often if I'm
Oh,
just think everything is kind of a middleish. Aegis isn't bad though. Resistance 1 on her all day, and then giving her allies +2 protection is can be quite strong. So all
I
right, so we
think
have. Oh, go ahead.
I think Londril is one of the pinpoints. So protecting her isn't the worst idea.
Yep.
So I
Okay, so
think
we are
that
gonna
is quite
see.
understandable.
We are seeing a bid here with the Prowler. But it's going to be a tie here. So it is going to go to Hamurai here. So because Sash already had it, anyone that ties, it changes position on who gets it done.
Yeah,
Just going to
and
help.
now my reaction before that was like, oh my god, he just drew 2 incredible cards because now he's got 2 adrenaline rushes,
Yeah.
and that is going to hurt. Um,
It does,
that is
but
going to
you
hurt
know
with
the right now there isn't really a strong offensive weapon. I think he needs to deploy Ingor it's himself or something else like this ambusher can hit a little bit hard, right? Especially with ambush 1. But the one downside of the Bone Cloud Raiders 4-2 isn't the strongest to hit with. So I'd like to either see Ingor come out here to really start making use of those adrenaline rushes, or maybe even the ambusher, so you could sit back but you're still hitting at that 4-2. Because the one thing about the Bone Claw Raider, she only has 12 HP. Her defense, I think, is like 13 or something like that, 12, even
yeah,
lower. So she can die really quickly if she just gets engaged by stuff. So
and
we
she
do
got
see
the
the ambush.
everlasting half.
Oh, she does. You're right.
Yep.
So she has 17 HP right now. So that will make
Yeah,
it. She is a little bit tankier.
yeah.
And we saw another
I
knight
think
come
I think
down
another
from
one.
Londril, huh? Uh,
Yeah,
oh,
just one technical a little technicality. I think another one joined us in the Discord, and
okay.
my picture went a little bit out of focus.
Oh no. All right, thank you for
Where do
alerting
I
me to
be? Yeah,
that.
here I am.
You're just over there a little bit. Let me fix that for you. Uh,
I have to lean otherwise a lot.
uh,
Thanks a lot, Pat.
yeah, no problem. Thanks for alerting me of that.
Oh boy, these guys are lightning fast.
Yeah,
But
we
that is
told them to play a little
exactly
bit quicker to keep things moving, but man, we're just yeah, we're having trouble keeping up here. All right, so what is going
this
on
is
when
what
I
I
was
love
fixing
about
your camera?
Malediction.
Yes, it is very
Yeah,
fast paced.
it is so quick. It can be so quick. Maybe you can hover over it and press Alt, so all of the people who are watching can see what he played. The Dark Bindings, yeah,
Yep.
that is
So who are we
that
exhausting
is
here?
good.
Oh, but never mind. He's gonna counter the
Oh
dark bindings here,
yes,
neutralizing ward. Which this is a channel? Yes, it is. Okay.
it is.
And this will allow him to proc his legacy for the first time. So he'll be able to look at the first card. Well, he's just gonna go reveal it. I don't know why you wouldn't reveal it because there's almost always a benefit, unless you're trying to keep like hidden information. But you almost always want to either draw it if it's a spell or show your opponent to gain two mastery. Oh, you didn't even show it. Well, you can't draw that one. Oh, I think he just doesn't know how to look at the top of the deck. That's quite all right. So he's just peeking at it
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
first, and then he's going to put it back down because he can't draw that one.
What
Yeah.
what would be your decision here in this case when seeing this card? It
I
is the
don't think
angel, isn't
I
it?
would. Yeah, I would. I don't know if he knows you can bottom it, but I would gain 2 echo, which hopefully he did, and then put it on the bottom. I don't think you need to draw it. So we have a crit coming out here from the Curse Host Boar. I like this activation a
Ooh,
lot. Get value out of him before he just blows up and dies. So that will be 4 damage from the Curse Host Boar.
yeah, that is quite a lot. Maybe Shash will put in something to rescue this little knight.
Well, he does have the boots, so he doesn't provoke retaliation. So he could just run with the knight here.
Yeah.
I didn't even see that. Wait, I'm so lost on what's going on here. So he deployed the ambush. What is this model? Okay, that's another. So he put the ambusher in the terrain to fight the Warfront commander here on the left side of the map here. I did not see
Yeah,
that when
great
I was
choice.
fixing your camera. Is it though? 10 HP versus you know. Oh wait, yeah, 10 HP versus a 12 HP model, and you know, I don't know. It would be interesting to see what happens here.
I
Wait,
mean, the
why?
commander has an aura, and if you can't deliver the aura, he loses in value. So it is equal echo cost, and I think the archer is better in this position.
Yeah,
Because he's pretty alone. The commander's pretty alone.
yeah.
And do you really want to engage the archer? And then you can't really deploy something that helps him? So I don't know.
Okay, so we did see the
Oh,
knight go. The knight killed the boar, but the boar exploded and killed the knight. Um, so they traded, but
yes.
a husk is there now that is kind of uh, for contention there. Um,
Yeah. Oh, this is amazing. I love the action here.
oh,
Soul Whisperer.
all right, but we gained
Okay, he
two
just
echo
got Soul
here.
Whisperer. Yeah, obviously. Another range unit, a pretty decent one.
Yeah, you have. Did you say
The
you?
Soul
Well,
Whisperer.
he had to discard the spell piercer, right? The legacy doesn't like give you an option. So, um,
No, yeah, absolutely.
all right. So we have Ravenous 4 coming down right now and he can play this as a quicken spell because an ally was defeated. So this is on his active end of the activation for the knight. The knight went, killed his boar. Since an ally was defeated, he can play this on his turn on Sash's turn. He is damaging the uh, the exemplar here, but what did he?
No,
What
the
took?
commander.
Oh, the bone claw. Yeah, the commander, but the bone claw took 2 damage. And
Yeah,
then
I
he
think he
is
has
immediate.
regeneration anyway.
Oh, right, good call. Regen is again,
Yeah,
so he's able to
everlasting
gain that
heart.
back. And
Yeah.
then we're going immediately with the ambusher to try to kill this guy, but he is going to glance twice. It looks like, yeah, 2 glances, so it's only 4 more damage, I believe. Because it was 4, 2, 2, 8. I think he should be down 1 more.
Yeah, he deals 1 more damage against
Yep.
unactivated units. So he's got the this ability. So I think he had to activate him anyway.
Mm-hmm.
With the ambush 1 to get at least 4 damage out. I mean, he needed 1 hit, right? And
Ooh,
then it would be
yeah,
even closer.
yeah. 1 hit would have killed him, but he didn't. I think he should be at 2 right now. I think there's a little bit of math mishap because we got 4 from Ravenous Swarm, and then 3 glances at 2 each, so that's 6, so that's 10, and he has 12 total, so he should be at 2. We'll see if they catch that, but mistakes
Maybe
happen in the middle
they're,
of play.
yeah, and especially at that pace.
Yeah. I still think that I think he should have 3 echo right now for the legacy. But again, it's not our job here to referee or anything. We're just commenting on the play and trying to point out things that we're seeing so that other people can learn from it. So um, we like to pretend like they're not. We're not even here. We're just spectating their game. So oh, I am going to help him out though and flip one of these relics just because I'm very very tempted by what this is. Oh,
Yeah,
could have.
I wrote them a couple of minutes ago to reveal the 4th relic, but yeah.
See, if
That's quite
I
important.
think this martyr, I think I said this in the last game too, is one of the best relics in the game. I mean, it just turns off so
Yeah.
much that you know, giving regen to everything within 3 inches, protection infinity for everything within 3 inches. Yeah, it's strong.
Oh, there we go. Lias should strike.
Okay, so that's going to cost 1, and we're going. I'm assuming we're activating the Warfront Commander here. So he's going to get a free move. And then, oh, we're going to battle cry this guy and maybe charge him into the other Curse House Boar so we can. Well, Laundry already has a relic, so she can't pick up a second one. Um, so I'm curious what we'll see here if he's just getting in position to double swing if something comes in to engage this relic. That might be the play here. This
Mm.
ambusher though it can't be ignored because it has a ridiculous range. It's range 12, so it can definitely just walk up and keep shooting this Warfront commander in the back. And the current mastery right now, 20, is it 24? 25, right? Just because the one knight
Okay.
is down. So with the Warfront commander, we go up to 31, and then, another relic gain is going to put him in position to win here. So.
Oh, the ring is used again?
Oh, we're
The
using the ring to
Ravenist?
kill it right now. Yes, yep.
This is
So that's
so
its
good. Yeah.
action here. It's going to kill the Warfront commander. We go up to the 31. It's banished now. And who's
Yeah,
going to take the extra 2 here? Is it going to be the
the
Raider
ring
again?
the
Probably.
ring just gives so much value out of your channel spells, and the Ravenous Swarm is just incredibly good in this case.
Yes.
Um, like huge tempo plays. To be honest, the Londrian player doesn't have as much protection and preventing damage as he would like to have, in my
Hmm.
opinion. He's got some heals, and he's got some counter spells like the reversion,
Yes.
but yeah, he's pretty low on echo, and that is exactly the situation I mentioned on the deck review when I said when you can corner your opponent, when you can um, just get him on low echo, there is a very high chance you can just overwhelm him with the channel spells, with an adrenaline rush, with a ravenous swarm, etc., etc.
Yep.
And in this case, I think it is exactly what we see now. Huge tempo plays, a lot of high damage potential on the board, but he's also really low on cards. So from now on, he's done his tempo plays. He's down to 1 adrenaline rush. If the Laundry player can now try and stabilize, I think
Hmm.
he will grind him out in the long run.
Yep.
But if he can succeed in going on with the tempo plays and can secure one more relic, for example, or get the other unit down, then I think Ingor is in a tremendously good spot.
Yeah, with the I think the Londriel player could have the potential to come back. We have Aegis on Londriel, so as you saw there, it only took 2 damage, and all these things left on the board are hitting at 3 damage or 4 damage. But the defense are really high. Ooh, I think this knight wants to stay within range of Londriel though to benefit from that shield, right? So I would have liked to. I know you want to swing and stuff, but I think it's more important to leave the knight within the bubble to get protection 1. Um, so a little bit of a misplay, I would say there. But that boar is gone. It's going to do 3 more damage on the way out, which should be 2. So it should actually go down to only 12, right? Boars only do 3 damage. Dire
It
throw.
is.
Yep. So resistance should be going into there as well. So Londo should be at 12 right now. But
Exactly.
and that
And
will be
regeneration.
another.
Just as
Oh,
regeneration. This is
yes.
incredible, yeah.
Yep. All right. So we have the knight coming in here. The last activation. Um, we did forget to proc a legacy here. Going at blazing speed here, right? It's whenever a defeated unit enters your discard pile. Yeah, so we should have proc Chaotic Impulse here from the boar dying. But sometimes we just forget triggers. Bone
It's
Claw
like in
Raider.
every game. It's like
Boneclaw
in
Raider
every
gets it.
game.
Yeah. Boneclaw Raider gets to come in here for free. It's going to be swinging. First one's going to be a miss, so that will be 2 damage. The next one's going to be a hit, so this will be 4 damage. So 6 damage total plus the 3 on top, which should be 9. Man, uh, yep, there. Oh, that's too much. But 9 plus 3, right? It's. Oh wait, that it shouldn't be dead. Oh wait,
Yeah,
no,
thank you very much.
no. It's 6 plus 3. Sorry, 6 plus 3 is 9. Yep. Okay, so we're at the right health there. Londriel again should have one more, but we got another round coming. Oh, Londriel cannot pick up the relic. Put that down. Can't take it. She already got one. Yep. All right. Cool. Sash called him out. Said, "Nope, I can't take that."
Put it
But
out. Put it down.
all right. Oh, we're all right. We're drawing blanks here, so this could be the turning point. We have 8 Echo on the Londriel player. We drew the Angel. That I mean, the Angel could lock things up right here. You can play it off Londriel, grab both of them into it, bidding the Rogarth to go first. Yeah, this could be a turning point for sure. Um, yeah, so bid the Rogarth. That's not coming down anytime soon. I think that your spells in hand, though effective, I think the Angel's going to be doing more work here. So hopefully this comes down. I would even
Yeah, just
argue that you pass. Well, you can't put it into melee. I think you want to put it into melee with this Raider, and then just keep the Aegis on Londril. And then you're
yeah.
going first, just double swinging with that Angel, um, doing 5. Oh no, don't put it there. Well, because you want to start protecting and not losing. I mean, I guess you could lose this knight, right? It's not the end of the world. He goes up to 36. He's not carrying a relic or anything. So maybe you just say, hey, this knight is gonna die. I'm gonna make you waste attacks on it, and then the rest of the stuff. I'm curious why he wants to leave him out there. I
Yeah,
would just.
I just looked that up. I just looked that up on the deck where I'm hosting the game.
Mhm.
And got in. And I think the angel should be there exactly to get into melee and protect the others because that is exactly the unit he needed to stabilize and to come
Mhm.
back. I think the angel was the perfect unit he could draw, and he looked at it right, and he
Mhm.
kept it on top. So I think the angel of salvation, um, or herald of salvation,
Yep.
is one of the cards that could him bring back in this match.
Yeah. I mean, and if he
Um,
if he can clear off this relic, he can grab Reaper's Edge on the Angel, and then she's hitting at 7-5. This Angel could just take over the game very quickly if the Ingor player doesn't draw into some better spells here. So a lot of early
yeah, I
aggression
think
coming
he
out of the
needs to
Ingor player,
proc.
but I think Landrio's starting to stabilize. Go ahead.
I think he needs to proc his legacy now as often as possible. As often as possible. He needs cards. He needs answers for that angel. Because even if you get rid of it, he just heals Londriel and the Knight. So you get the benefits anyway. And he
Hmm.
can tank some damage. Um yeah. And if he gets the Vexillion, the Herald,
Hmm.
oh boy.
Yes. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if you want to spread. I mean, we'll see. I think he should have the initiative. Just helping out with some housekeeping here. Oh, so he did deploy the knight. Maybe they changed the positioning a little bit. Hopefully he didn't take his first activation just walking in. No, we're seeing 2 swings here. Oh, there's a 20. Doesn't quite kill it thanks to the heart, but yeah, we have 5 plus 8 is 13,
Ooh.
leaving her on 3 health. Yeah, that's a big turn of events here. Yeah, I mean, well, oh wow. I just realized if this raider dies and she drops the relic there and he picks up 2, that's the game. Because 20 points from the relic and then 6 points from the
Yep.
Boneclaw Raider. So
Yeah, he has to run. He
yeah,
has to run.
so this Boneclaw Raider is getting out of dodge now. Um, wow, that was very very swingy. Again, she doesn't take attacks of retaliation because she's nimble and she's triple
Nimble.
moving back to this little fortress here, which is interesting. And then she'll gain 3 health back thanks to the heart. Um, Yeah, that was a big
I
play.
think
This is going
I
to
think
be
this,
biding time for the Londril player, right? Which I think is needed.
yeah,
So
I think this is a very good spot for the Bone Claw Raider to go to, because she's got one free move, and then you can just squeeze through these little holes and get away from it, even if the Londril player follows up, right?
you mean
So I
these ones
think
right
that
here,
was,
the in the train, or where are you talking
yeah,
about? You can't
yeah.
actually move through those because they are half walls. Like so, you can't go through those. You could go through like these
Oh,
walls,
oh,
like
yeah,
with the
okay. Yeah,
shift,
right,
but you
right, right.
can't
Half
shift through
wall.
those. Yeah.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah, I forgot about the half walls. Yeah.
if he were to, you could get the free move here, and then maybe get line of sight to squeeze through there, which is a cheeky play. Londro can't see through this terrain, so um, I don't think, right? Yeah, unless she picks up Veil Piercer,
Yeah.
there's nothing that allows her to see there. Um, so this might have been a little bit of an oopsie, but you are cutting off his escape if you come back around with the angel. The other thing I like about here is he's luring him into his deployment zone. So if the Ingor player draws into Sestinar or can play Ingor or something like that, you can just put him. You don't have to worry about deploying him off a unit. You can just put him in your deployment zone.
And we see another rush.
Oh, we are seeing an adrenaline rush here. Who is it the because the extra range from the archer here, I believe. Um,
Mm.
so let's see here. What happened?
Yeah, but we've got the Herald of Salvation, right? It doesn't
Yeah,
really
so he's
matter
just gonna protect it. Yeah,
what damage he puts on. Yeah, there is protection. Doesn't really matter. Yeah,
yeah,
protection
yeah,
3.
yeah.
Even if you squeeze out 3 attacks, if the Laundry player doesn't want to be damaged on the night, then he won't be. He just won't be.
What is interesting here about I wanted to comment, many turns ago, but I kind of forgot, is um, the reversion here, just like in the Polynor matchup, when he's using Ring of Time to play spells out of his discard pile, you really it sucks because you do not want to be reversioning cards that he's playing with Rings of Time because they go back to his hand, right? So you're essentially giving him a whole nother, like, yes, he can't, you interrupt that turn, and he can't play it that turn, but it goes back to his hand. He can play it out of his hand again, and then he can play it again out of his graveyard for the Ring of Time. Okay, so I think what we saw there is he played an Adrenaline Rush, and then he Ring of Timed an Adrenaline Rush, and the Ring of Time Adrenaline Rush is going to move this Ambusher, it looks like, to hopefully get him
Mm.
into position here. Whoa, I'm out of breath like trying to cast this. It's just so fast
Yeah,
paced.
man, this is absolutely amazing. I mean, we just commentate on things, right? And we try to see lines and to see what's going to be a better line of play. But as in the last video, we have perfect information. We have the overview. We are not under the stress of having an opponent who plays against us,
Yes.
um, who just wipes our plans from the table and stuff.
Yeah.
So we're super thankful to have these two guys play it out in a super fast-paced way. They're playing super cool characters with Ingor and Londriel. I think this is one of the best and one of the more interesting matchups you can see in Malediction. And how they play it is how I would love to see Malediction on tournament play, for example. Super fast paced, aggressive, clean, super friendly, by the way.
Yep.
They're
They're
super
helping each
nice.
other, right? Like,
Um,
we've seen both players assist each other in different rulings and stuff. So,
yeah,
uh,
absolutely.
all right. So now we have the ambusher going. He's standing still and able to shoot, and he is dead. Even on two glances, this guy was dying. So that's going to put him up to 36, but does not win the game yet. And I think that is all the activations. We have the Angel taking a relic here. Very curious which one it is. But these, Angel can get in there and just I mean, if she
Just
takes Reaper and just attacks the skeleton, it can kill her. The only thing is he will need to remember about persist, right? Because if the archer hasn't gone and just the charge attack, even if he hits and does 7 damage, which would kill him, he can persist and live with 1 health, which would kind of throw a wrench in
uh,
things. So,
just
uh-oh.
just help me out with this one. Did he decide not to protect his unit?
He charged the knight to the dead at arms, and then so he was away from the protection, and then the ambusher shot and cleaned him up.
Ah, okay.
So we
Okay.
just saw entrap the mind here, but and he's gonna bid it, so he's trying to take back initiative. I'll be interested to see what it has. I think. Oh my gosh, look at all these spells. I don't think you play that priest, but I think this is where you have 2 very strong units on the game, a handful of really great spells. You have 10 echo. I don't think you put this priest because if the priest dies, the game's
No.
over, right? So
No.
I would love to just if you want to contest with that priest, great, but you're not. You won't win it. We know he's not going to win it, but I think this is a good contesting card. I would love all these healing spells that you can just start firing off. Okay, so what was this? 4 versus 6. So initiative's going back to Hamurai here.
That's an interesting choice because I think I would have kept it.
Yeah, I think. Well, yeah. I mean, What do we got here? Oh wait. Oh, we are playing the. Oh, this is another win condition
Oh,
for
he's
him.
playing the priest.
I
Oh, he's
don't like
playing the
this.
priest.
We'll see where
But
this
maybe
goes.
maybe he puts it in his. Well, the priest doesn't do anything there. If he puts it in the
Uh,
ah, in the deployment zone, right?
yeah. Well, I was gonna say putting it behind Landrill, right? Like Landrill's pretty far away. I would have, putting it in the
Mm.
corner where it's hard to draw line of sight to, maybe, and then she can heal
Yeah,
Landra a little bit. But I don't think this
yeah, next to
priest
Laundry.
needed. I don't think this priest needed to come down. I don't mind the bidding there because you have 2 cost healing spells, so you can heal 5 on Landra, heal, break it up a little bit better. So using that right of healing to bid, I don't think was the worst play. But you have reversion to protect you from any crazy spells coming out, and then you have brewing fate to make people glance or hit, which especially on Landrill with riposte that can be pretty bad. Um, and then here we go. The priest being played gives him an opportunity to use his last spell, Dark Binding. But we do see the reversion come out. So
Interesting choice.
yeah, I mean, it procs the legacy, right? So maybe he'll see a better spell that he can draw right away and play this turn. And then this will, as long as he uses the priest first, he will get to make use of it, assuming that they know what reversion does. Him hovering over the card makes me think that Hamurai thinks he can play this again right away, but reversion does say it returns to its owner's hand at the end of the activation. So he's activating with something right now, and we'll play this channel. You can't play it again until the end of that activation. And he's drawing it again. Wait, he drew a reversion. Okay, so we have a second one. That's all right. Hey, a card is a card. So, all right, so we're
So
going with the
yeah,
Bone Claw.
it is pretty interesting, and I think he can protect it with the Herald of Salvation as long as the Vicarious Priest is close to her.
Mhm.
So I think your line of play would have been I close out the game now, because I just want the protection and just want to get something off the board and go to 40 mastery, and then it's done.
Yeah,
I think his plan is more of a grindy approach, where he says, okay, the Vicarious Priest can give me more echo,
yeah,
the Vicarious Priest can heal a little bit, so I gain more resources over time. And I think he's in the game. He's in the mode of I'm grinding Ingor out now because he's
yeah,
got only 1 card in hand. He's got manageable units on the board, and so I think
yeah.
the
I
decision
mean, to
is
be fair,
understandable.
I don't think that when I was saying that, I don't think that I was trying to win the game right now because you can't, because he can't pick up a third relic, right? He already has 2. So even if he killed this Bone Claw Raider, he can't pick it up without playing something. My concern is playing to not lose the game. And I feel like playing the priest, there's 3 guns on the table here, and these priests, this priest is going to have a huge bullseye on its head, right? Because all he needs to do is kill this priest. He doesn't even need to care about picking up a relic. And then here we have the angel just flying away from the priest, so there's no more protection on it. So now I feel like all these guns are going into this priest, and that's going to be his way to win the game. So for me, not playing the priest was, hey, I'm not going to lose the game by playing this priest. I'll wait to draw a better unit, like a battle mage or a battle caster, or something a little bit more
How much
beefier
mastery?
that's not gonna die. He's at 36 mastery, and the priest is worth 4. So yeah, this is if he can kill that priest, this will be the game for Hamurai.
And the priest won't move, as we saw,
Well, no,
probably.
he does get. Well, yeah, that's true. So he can replay the bindings again, but he could reversion it again. So we will see. Oh, we're gonna a little bit of a takesy backy, which is completely fine.
Yeah, but the takebacks, I mean, some people say no, you've done that, and that's how it's going to be now.
Hmm.
But as long as nothing else happened, no
Yeah,
dice roll, no cards were revealed, no echo spent, etc., etc., I think this is fine. That's
yeah.
that's more of
I
a
don't.
friendly
I
environment to play in.
personally, I don't like to be that player that stickler for the rules. Oh, you did that. You know what I mean? It's like the only thing I would advocate is for positioning, right? Because it can matter if maybe the angel was a half an inch backwards or forward, which could matter if I didn't think that he had range to get to my ambusher or something, like, you know what I mean. So like my only thing there is I'm completely fine with people taking back actions and stuff, but I always advocate for the use of proxy bases. So rather than picking up the actual model, hey, if you think you're going to make, oh man. All right, we're back in it after a slight mishap, and I think, let's see, we got the Bone Rider went, and okay, we are choosing to activate the priest right now, um, which is good, I think, because he has that dark bindings in it, and it will pretty much make that a dead card in hand if we go with the priest now. So
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. He tapped the priest, he healed 2, I think, and he got some echo, right?
I think you're right there. Yep. And so we're going with the archer here. Archer is going to attack the looks like we're figuring out some positioning here, seeing if we can get within 4 to get that extra damage. All right. But any damage right now, obviously, is probably going to just go to the angel, which is good.
Yeah, this is such a grindy game, right? This is like back and forth. I think it is really up to both players to win. There's nothing that indicates otherwise.
Yeah,
So
it'll be
this
hard
is a really,
to
really
end.
close game.
It will be hard to end the game right now, right? I think with that angel just babysitting the priest, it's going to be taking the damage. We got a couple of heal spells in hand with Echo to play it, so I think we're sitting pretty right now for the Londrel player. Uh, but I feel like the longer the game goes on, the more the Londrel player is favored here.
Yeah,
So we'll see.
that is exactly what we anticipated in before. When the Longray player really can stabilize, and all of the tempo plays are out, and he didn't. I mean, he's in a state where he could win on the spot. He just
Hmm.
needs 4 points.
Right.
And I think you're absolutely correct with the Vicarious Priest being such a huge liability now. Because if he doesn't protect him at all cost all the time, it's game.
Yeah.
That's it, right?
Yeah. Unless we can make one of the units drop a relic, right? That's the only saving grace here. So if you can move the angel, kill the archer, make it drop a relic, then we're good, right? Because it'll knock them down 10 mastery. So I think those are the things that need to be on Sasha's mind here is keeping the priest alive, and then obviously trying to eliminate those units that are holding a relic. But we're going here with
That's a hit.
Londril, and she's double shooting the dead at arms that does, or Deadeye Archer rather, that does not have a relic. So first one's a hit, and even a glance here is going to kill it, and he's already activated, so persist will not do anything for it. So there we go. 3 mastery, farming mastery. That's not bad, but let's see if he'll remember to proc his legacy this time. Looks like he's going to. Yep, here we go. And there's 2 Echo there. You know what? That's not Sestenar. I think the units you want to see right now, Sestenar. We already saw both the Prowlers bit away. Soul Whispers, I think, would be good here to do some bigger hitting with better guns. So even Ingor getting into play here, I think,
Would
would be
you
pretty good.
would you go for the ranged attacks with the Soul Whisperer, or would you go for the curse and drain Lonril player off of the Echo?
Oh, yeah, that's a hard one. I know someone on the Discord suggested. Oh, we have seen a Soul Whisperer. I forgot, already discarded. Someone suggested that Curse being an effect that applies on hit could be beneficial because I think one of the bigger problems with Curse is that you're spending your actions doing that rather than doing damage, and just draining your opponent's Echo doesn't win you the game, right? So it seems like I don't know if it's ever going to be as valuable as an attack that you could potentially make. Does that make sense?
And especially you're in a vulnerable position
Right,
to be effective
right.
with curse. And the current units, I mean,
Oh,
could be
who is
also a
this?
unit problem, right?
We got the archer rolling to a 20. What is this, the 3rd crit of the game here? Uh, on the priest, so he's not within half, I don't think. Actually, I'll turn on, can I measure? 7.9. So, and he has range 8 plus 3. So this isn't half, but it will still be the 3 plus 1. So that's still 5 damage. And he opted to take it on the priest. And then the second one will hit, and he's shielding that to the angel. So there's that Deadeye Archer activation.
He's protecting, not
Mhm.
shielding. Otherwise,
Yep.
the Arc of Lamentation procs.
Holy moly! Uh, Taking a tumble there with the angel, but now okay. So now the archer has gone and it's exhausted, so it can't persist here. So even 2 glances is going to kill, as long as we don't roll a 1, right? Which we haven't seen yet. But as long as we don't roll a 1, this thing is going to die. We're spending the 2 to heal the angel.
Yeah,
I
I
think I
think
would
that's
have.
important.
I think I would have liked to see this before we see a 1 on the die here. Okay, so 1. This will hit. Oh wait, that's just one shots, right? Because oh yeah, she has the Reaper.
The
Okay,
Reapers,
wow.
and he's got some Echo.
Yes. Oh
Ooh
wow.
boy! But
Okay.
now, oh my God! Now the priest is so exposed.
Yes.
He is so
Um.
exposed.
So do
And
we go
the
up
pinpoint archer. No, the
32?
pinpoint archer. The archer.
What about it? Yeah.
Yeah, he
Huh?
can activate and shoot him.
Yeah. Well, the pinpoint doesn't go through obstruction, so he has to move. You can't see this
No, no, I,
archer.
I I mean just for identifying. I mean just for identifying
Yes.
the
Yes.
archer. He can just move, shoot,
Yep.
and if he hits, he's dead, right?
Yes. Yes. He will need a hit here.
Because of the bow.
Mm-hmm.
He needs a hit. He needs a hit, and it's a
Ooh, that'll hit. Yep. Plus 3. So
yeah,
archer, or I think the priest is 11. Yep. Okay. So again, because he
and
made
that's
him
4
drop
points.
the relic, though, that doesn't. Well, he lost 10, right? So he's at 30. So 32 to 30 right now. Um, did he play something to? Oh wait, he's gonna. Oh wow, Brewing Fate here, -3 attack.
Oh my
Wow,
God!
and
The
the archer
brewing
stays
fate
alive.
coming in clutch. Oh boy,
All right.
brewing fate.
So this will make her
Awesome.
live. It should, yeah, 2 damage, lives with 1. Wow. And that's the end of the round. Can't pick up a relic. We'll see. Oh, uh-oh. Okay, we got trouble coming in. Uh,
Oh, we've got Assassinar. We've got Assassinar.
yes. Whew. Um,
This
where do
game
you
is
put
getting
the
out of hand.
where do you put the Sestinar though? I don't know where you. And oh my gosh, does he have
I'm not.
21 echo? Wow, that's a lot of echo.
Yeah, I think I would put him.
Wait, why are we flipping a card here? I'm not sure what's going on.
Not sure
Nothing
either.
died though. I think this is a little bit. I think we're trying to go back in time here, and oh, from the relic holder, he just realized he forgot to proc his legacy. I'll be interested to see if it's we're past the
Okay, I
point
see. I see.
of things going on. Yeah, I think he's saying that it's past the point. Okay. All right. So,
Cessna
all
coming
right,
down. Soul
Sestenar
Whisperer
and Soul
coming down.
Whisperer.
Phew, that's a lot of damage on the field.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the
He
Volcanic
is,
Priest will survive the next round of
yeah.
damage.
Yeah, he does need to get he needs to contest this relic though and pick it up somehow, right? So, um, and I can't
Was it
remember.
a
So,
mistake to put Laundry in such a out of play position?
yeah, she's not going to be doing much this turn with only her range 8. So it could very well be that she's not doing anything this turn. We have the Soul Whisper coming up here. I mean, yeah, for I guess extra contingency just to make sure that this priest is dead. Um, ooh, I don't know if I like. So we didn't bid initiative, so the Sestenar player is still going to be able to go first. But I don't know if Sestenar a single charge with 7 damage against an angel with a Reaper's Edge. I don't think Sestenar is eager to get into that fight. So we'll see.
No, I don't think so.
Uh-oh. We're playing more
Another
liabilities here.
Valkyries Priest.
All right. 2 more activations, which, activations are strong to have in the game, but you're not going
I mean,
first.
No.
I mean, he drew a lot of spells now, the Laundry player, right? So Shash drew a lot of units,
Yeah.
and now his Arc of Lamentation can hit a lot of spells and
It
draw
could.
cards. And he needs those cards now. He needs the protection, he needs the heals, he needs everything he can get to protect his units in any
Yeah.
way, shape, or form.
Seems like Sash was trying to block off line of sight. Both of these units have pinpoint, though, so it's not going to matter. Yeah, both have pinpoint, so they can just draw a line of sight right through it. So this priest, especially with Sash or with Hamurai going first, I mean, yeah, that priest is just as good as dead. There's literally nothing he could do to prevent it, unless he were to put like a protection unit next to her. So what unit is this? All right, we got the priest there, and then I like this, having the knight. I would put it back. You don't want to get it too close to Sestenar. And you don't want to, I would argue you don't want to block off your angel from being able to make attacks here. So yeah, I think I like it more better over here. But you want to
Yeah,
have
I
it in
think
a
he wants to
position where,
gang up on Cessinar.
yeah. I mean, if he
He
can pick
wants to
up
gang
this
up
relic
on
with
him.
the Revenant, then that's the game, right? So I think that's got to be the play, is just to, hey, I'm going to super hug this relic and just try to block you from getting it or kill whatever comes into it.
Da
Mm.
tror jeg ingen tar det.
Oh. All right, so let's see what he chooses to activate first. I would go with I mean, I don't know if he needs more Echo right now, but the killing it with the Soul Whisperer does have the Essence Binder 3, so you will get 3 Echo to do that. But we have Sestenar just coming in to try to wall up the Angel. So same thing, we see the reversion here, goes back, denies the play on the priest. This is going to proc her a legacy again. I mean, at this point, Sestenar going first and being up there, he only has that 1 card. Oh, a crit helps though.
Yeah, that is. Oh my god, that is something.
Yeah, so we got 10 damage there on
That
the
is
priest.
something.
Oh, yeah, that's a little gross. I think that's going to be all he
Oh,
can do though.
Cessinar with a crit.
Ooh, that's a good
Oi.
one to draw though. So wait, draw it. Wait, why are you leaving it on top? You can gain Echo with priest and then play it later. I think I would have drawn that one and then relied on the priest to gain Echo and played it later. You also have the healing in hand. Maybe that was his decision. Hey, just give me my 2 Echo and I'll heal 5 damage. He can't protect it with the. He can't protect the Revenant. So yeah, he's going down to 6. because it's 5 plus 3 plus 2 more, so 10. Well,
Mm.
9 is close enough to 10, I think, but that's all right. Okay, so we got the Angel going, and I don't. So this Cessinar I think is just dead. Whenever Cessinar is left in melee with something big, it usually just dies. That will be a miss. So,
That's
but I
increased.
mean, but it's 5 damage. so, so yeah, he forgot that he has Reaper on him. This is where I think Hamurai is going, oh crap, I just misplayed. Because even on glances, this thing is just going to die. And
Wait a
that's going to be the
minute.
game.
She
Yeah.
doesn't have a sword.
Yeah.
She's got a huge scythe.
Yeah.
It's just ripping through Cessna. But I love this game.
hmm
This is one of the most exciting games I've ever seen on Malediction. It's back and forth and swings and counter spells and stuff happening. This is amazing. This is really
Yep.
cool. I like it. And the pace they are putting out there, oh boy.
I
Really
don't
cool
know. Wait,
players.
how did it go down to 4? Oh. I think well, I think people are confused. Um, I don't think it mattered a whole lot, to be honest with you, because the Revenants can go, the Priest can go and even shoot Sestinar. That will bring him
Now
up
the
to
relic
41. So now
legacy
we're
blocking.
yeah, that would just be 2 echo. That doesn't impact a whole lot because it was 2 glances, right? It was a 6 and then a 4, so it's 5. So it's 10 damage. He should be at 2 health, but that's all right. Um,
Did we miss something where the
and then
rest of the
oh
damage
yeah,
came
he
from?
does get Essence Binder from the Reaper as well. I don't
Yeah.
think so. I think that they just might have one player might have thought he hit when he didn't. So
Heal up 5 again on the Herald.
yeah, I mean as long as you don't
Yeah.
lose a relic here between Landril and the priest or not the priest, the angel, I think this is going to be game here. So we'll see if they continue to play out. I mean, you do have 2 strong guns here. The Landrill has 14 defense though, which is and resistance 1. So actually, I don't know if you can kill Landrill even with just those 2 guns.
I don't think you can.
Yeah,
Especially with the resistance.
maybe if
She
Landrill
hasn't had her
runs.
turn yet, and we've
Yeah.
got regeneration.
What are they regenning from? Sorry.
She's got regeneration, right?
No,
From the Vexillion? From the Aegis?
no, resistance, not regeneration. It's shield
Oh,
wall 2
resistance. Sorry.
you're
Sorry.
mixing the
Yeah, shield wall.
Vexillium with the
Yeah.
So I think this is gonna wind down here. We'll see. Maybe pick up a couple more. Again, it came out super strong for the Ingor player, but I think that he just got a little unlucky. I mean, he has Echo to play the spells if you were to discard it, but I think every single time he practiced Legacy, it was a unit that got discarded. Unfortunately, I don't remember him playing any spells off his Legacy, which is a bit unfortunate. But
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit random.
it is.
The Arc of Lamentation offers a lot more control. But this is the effigy of chaos, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's some things unknown to it. Yeah, but I think to make the decision with a legacy is worth a lot. While on the other hand, the effigy just makes some spells available on timings you wouldn't even recognize
Yeah,
normally.
I mean, even with these, I would say middle, like like he hit a lot of his lower curve units, the Deadeye Archers, the Curse Host Boar. Yeah, he got an Ambusher and a Boneclaw out, but it wasn't. I think they're calling the game here, and I think he's kind of making the same point I am. Is like he hit a lot of his lower curve and not a lot of spells off his Legacy. So I think that this is one of probably the worst draws. Yeah, there's Cataclysmic Blast and Unmake at the very bottom. Those are two very strong spells. Unmake can just pretty much take a one of these units off the board. The Revenant, leave it at 2, or take a priest completely off the board. So I think that is going to wrap it up for this game. We have the Londrell player Sash winning at 41 to Hamlet, down to 20. But a lot of stuff was killed by the Hamlet player. Let's see if we can get both of these players to unmute and maybe just kind of get
Yep.
their post-game thoughts with them. So
Yeah, absolutely. So I hope they unmute us too,
yeah.
because that is the important. Oh, okay.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hey, great
Hey,
game, you
Hamlet.
guys.
So, first of all, sorry for the small technical issue. I will get my hands off the Steam Deck next time and just let the power source plugged in. I'm really, really sorry about that. I just
There you
wanted to look something up. Then, second of all, big thanks to you guys playing this game. It was hugely entertaining. It was absolutely amazing. It was beautiful to watch. It was a little bit of the classical tempo turns versus control and trying to stabilize again. And we've got some points to ask you. And then you can just answer them, and we will try to get the big picture of the game itself. So Pat, do you wish to start with one of
Yeah,
your
that's fine.
questions,
Yeah,
or should I
so
start?
I guess my analysis of the game, as we were kind of talking, is Hamurai. You had a very strong early game, and it came out very aggressive, very strong. I'm curious if there was a certain point in the game where you think things started kind of slipping away from you, and kind of what was that cause of that?
I think ultimately I spread myself a bit too thin in the interest of trying to outflank him, because I knew I wasn't going to win the melee fight, and I just the way my hand was looking and the way my Echo was going to play, I just had so many spells, and I had to set up things in like a particular way in order to make things work well for me. And I mean, like having like 2 dead cards in my hand right out of the gate was a little rough with Dark Bindings, and I forget what the other one was. But yeah, I mean, I guess that's what happened. He just got too concentrated through that center point. I didn't have a bead on him because I was too spread out, and I ultimately just had to waste too many activations on movement on things where I should have just been attacking,
Yeah, we were commenting
Yeah.
that I don't think you procced your legacy to play a spell a single time, right? Which is a bit unlucky. You kept on discarding units, it seemed like, and then even then you were hitting your
Yeah, we were discussing that.
yeah, you were hitting the lower side of your curve with the boars and the dead at arms, and not getting a lot of those high value Sestinar. Right, Sestinar finally hit the table, but it was
Right.
kind of at the end there, and some of your more
Right.
stronger
Too little,
spells
too
as
late
well.
kind of deal.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we at the end there, I don't know if you saw that I pulled the bottom of my pile, but my last 3 cards were Unmake, what was it, Cataclysmic Blast, and whatever, I don't remember what the third one was, but they were all gold spells, so it was just really frustrating to see all of those at the bottom of my deck, which usually help me kind of shift the battle or force him to force my opponent to burn through a lot of Echo to to offset the advantage that I get there.
Yeah. And then Sash, on your side, you came out, losing models left and right. Right, you lost 2 knights and a Warfront commander relatively early. I guess what were your thoughts on the game, and what was your line of play to kind of pull you back in? What were you thinking when you were kind of losing models to essentially his spells? Right, he was just playing out and kind of getting them for free. So what was your thought process there?
And maybe
Yeah.
to add things up on this, where was the point where you thought, now I can stabilize?
Oh, almost at the end, because well, he what helped me a lot also, he rolled pretty low on many attacks, and I have the Herald of Salvation next to some of the units, but his tempo was really aggressive. At first I was like, no, this is going to end by round 4. I'm gonna lose, but it's okay. It's gonna be a good game. But then I started getting good hits, and then uh,
Yeah.
pulling right cards, I guess. So Was
Yeah,
like I was surprised I won at the end, but it was a really fun game.
Yeah, you
Well,
procced your legacy and you actually revealed that Angel of Salvation. And I think at the time I was like, I think I would have bottomed this card. When you saw that, you kept it on top. Was that your like line of play of like you saw that and you're like, all right, I'm just gonna play this next turn and this is gonna help me stabilize? Is that kind of what your thought process was, or
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I was gonna bottom it because say I really need some spells, some echo,
right?
but at the same time I said I needed something to hit hard. So and since he had one of the archers, I guess,
Hmm.
that had a relic. So see if I can one shot him, I can take down 10 mastery off.
Yeah,
So I was going through that line of thought to get. Then he started running around with the raider, and I couldn't chase him. So I had to focus on the other guy.
yeah,
yeah. That
especially with the Reaper's Edge, you had one of the best hitting units in the game that you played. Um, what do you think about the reversion? You kept always one reversion in hand for the spells Hamlet played. So were you afraid of some things like Cataclysmic or like Entrap the Mind and stuff?
Since it is the first time I play against one of these decks, because I usually play against black, I didn't know
Mhm.
nothing about the Cataclysm. I was just trying to keep my guys alive. So so I was like, no, I had to play it right now. I cannot wait for something else.
yeah. I think my last
Yeah, it
comment
was.
is just you guys, there was quite a few number of crits that got rolled this game, and I think every crit you re-rolled, it came at a pretty like swingy play, right? Because it was oh, this model's safe, it's not going to die, and then all of a sudden the crit rolls, and we're like, oh my gosh, now this model is going to be off the table, right? So really
The
impactful
crit
Yep.
swing
plays that
glances were just so dramatic,
yeah,
the whole way through.
yes. So very swingy back and forth game. We thank you a lot. Do you have any, I guess, final thoughts, Nico, on the game, or any follow up questions, I guess, before we?
Yeah, I think it was a really good display of a really hardcore in-gore tempo play kind of style, with adrenaline rushes, chaotic bargain to gain the advantage in cards, and then play them neck to like in a chain to really get the tempo going. And I think you really succeeded there. And then yeah, you also mentioned it before, you were a little bit too spread out. You couldn't concentrate on it again. But I think it was a very great display of control and protective magic versus a hyper aggressive list with a lot of damage spells, and especially the Ravenous Swarm, was it? Yeah. With the Everlasting Heart was a lot of value. And yeah, I think we just want to thank you for this great game and the display of two very unique play styles, how you can build the decks. And yeah, that was
Yeah,
really cool.
Thanks, guys.
yeah,
Thanks,
of
guys.
course. Well, thank you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the content. If you are liking this, please remember to like and subscribe. And we're always open for engagement, so leave a comment down in the description below. Otherwise, until next time, thank you all. Bye.
And maybe you want to play in the next game, so
Oh,
just leave
yes.
us a message.
If you're interested, put it in the comment, and we would definitely love to coordinate with you and have you, whoever you may be, any skill level. So thank you all. Have a good one.
Bye bye.